that feeling of not being loved. I thought about this a lot while making this film, because we really don't know that much about our families, and relationships are so difficult, and there are often people who are strangers in their own families, and how much do we really know about the feelings of the other person in marriage, in relationships? And sometimes we just don't know how other people feel about us, and we all struggle with that. We struggle with love, we struggle with being at home, we struggle with our place. I have said it already so often, but what else do we have than our place in the world? And what else do we have than love? Love and a place in the world, that's all we have. That's all we have, and everything else is not important at all. So studying these kids has made this so clear for me, and if I can give a little bit of love to someone who's yearning so much for that, that is such a beautiful thing. And they gave me so many gifts, and we just have a beautiful exchange, and it's wonderful.
And the straight community as a whole can see this and learn from it.
Yeah, you know, this discussion about political and private. From my perspective as an artist, I do believe that films can make a change, and I think a film can make a contribution if in the long run it changes. And songs and films and books have changed society, and what happens is, first there is the idea, and there is the story, and there is the fantasy, and then it becomes reality. And that is what happens, and artists kind of put it into an image or a song or a story, and then it gets into people's psyche, and then eventually it becomes reality. And you know, 100 years ago, 50 years ago, or 20 years ago, people would have said, oh, there's never going to be a black president, or there's 100 years ago, no, there's nobody ever going to fly to the moon, or no, there's never going to be a transgender president, or whatever, right? And then if there's movies and songs and films, eventually people get used to the idea, and they get familiar with the idea, and they play around in their head with the idea. And that's my job as an artist. So there are the people who are artists, and then there are people who go and they protest and they make the laws and stuff. And in my heart, I'm just, you know, the person who plays with the images and tries to make the fantasy feasible. That's who I am, you know. So I want to dish it out so that people can actually grab it and say, yes, this works in my life. This is actually something that I can do. Yes, now transgenders are my friends because I saw it in the movies and they're cool. I like them. You know? That's enough for me. That's my goal. Good, right?
Just, I want to, congratulate you. I think you've made a magnificent film. And I have no doubt that the conversation will be moved forward as a result of your film, and I really want to applaud you for that. And I'm curious to know, as you know, as an artist, as a homeless survivor, as a you know, a guy that's you know, interested in this community and where we're going, and I'm curious to know what it was like for you. Following the what clearly became an obsession and an enormous time commitment, the degree to which you had to mine your own personal experience to arrive at the kind of universality that you were able to express up there, and the degree to which you had to look at your own experiences of being lost in the crowd to kind of create that connective spark that you so succeeded at.
It was very difficult because I connect with this loneliness of these young people and their yearning and their sadness, and it was very difficult for me at times. and it is still difficult, and I'm grieving that Adrian is not with us tonight, and I'm grieving that Kimi is in jail and cannot be here with me tonight, and that I have to sit here without them, and it should be their moment. And I'm grieving for Sunshine because she's lost in the crowd, and I'm grieving for Nicole because most likely she's dead, and I'm sad for those kids, and it's a testimonial film for them. It's a moment in time, and that's I share this moment with them, and that's what it was. And we met, and I learned so much, and I'm privileged to have been with them, and that I met all these talented people on the way, and I think I've met so many friends, and that they trusted me to tell me about all these personal experiences, and not worry about feeling humiliated or shameful or ashamed, and telling me these things in front of a camera, having this trust in me, and that is just enormous to me. Yeah. All right.